Hello, hello. Hello, hello, good morning. How are we? How are we doing today? Is anybody in there? Now, I am outside today, and I wasn't sure how my internet would work. So we'll just have to see. Welcome back, Bill. How are you doing today? Oh, this microphone's in a really weird spot. There we go. I'll just put it there. Can you hear me all right? I kind of feel like I'm a bit encased with all these things around me. Welcome, Cora. I'm well, thank you. Welcome, Zen. It's fantastic to have you back again. The weather is good enough. We are in the garden today. And I wasn't really sure how good my network connection would be now that I'm out here. But it seems that we're working. Fantastic. Everybody can hear me? Can hear me all right? I'm getting good levels on my interface anyway. How's everybody's days been? It is most of your Mondays now. It's my Tuesday. It's Zen's Tuesday. Welcome, Katie. Fantastic to have you here. Welcome to my garden today. I hope you've all got your beverages. I've got, yes, a coffee, my morning coffee. And we're going to do some repotting today. Sorry, I'm a touch late today. I was just getting the App Premier just put out did a press conference, which concerns me because I'm a teacher. He was talking about schools reopening next week, but it's pretty well as we expected. How we'll be operating remotely for the most part. And I won't say any more about that this string. I was just making sure that there was not going to be any spanners in the works thrown. But no, that's all good. I'm really pleased with the people in this country, the decisions they're making, because we're getting through it. It's good. Work is a little chaotic, says Bill. Glad to be home in good company. And Cora is very pleased to see Zen and Katie again here. How's everybody else's day been? A little bit light on the stream today, but I expect that on a Monday night, which is fine. we'll still have a chat. We'll still have a good time. Probably be a shorter one today. I don't have my laptop's not plugged in, so I will need to just be keeping an eye on the battery levels of that, because my laptop is a 2012 MacBook Air, and it's still doing a terrific job. Really, I can't complain. I would like a bit more storage, because when I'm editing big videos, it really is a bit frustrating when I run out of space. And the battery is slowly deteriorating. So I imagine we'll get our usual length streaming today. Well, probably a little less than the last couple of days, because we did have some long ones, didn't we? But lots of good fun. Hey, that's what we're all about. So Cora, Zen has had a pretty low morning thus far. I'm feeling that it's certainly as it's cooling down, it certainly seems to be slowing down for us, especially when we're not at work at this point in time, working in schools and what. I'm going to turn the music off, hopefully so that it's not too jarring. And I'm going to post a photo to Instagram. Just a look at what I'm doing right now, Timo. I will wave. I'll say hello. I'm streaming now in the garden. And I'll send that to my stream. Nope, not my stream, my feed. There we go. It's been, excuse me, I'm about to go. What day is it? It's Tuesday, right? Yes, Monday night for most of you. It's been these days when we're not going anywhere, and especially for me not having work, the days just kind of blend. I'm not sure if anybody else is experiencing that, where the usual routines of life are disrupted and the days just kind of blend together. Zen is speaking of Instagram. Someone asked to a nursery in New South Wales or something, and I don't know whether to respond to that or ignore it. Oh, it depends which photo, I suppose. And well, we can talk about copyright. Should we talk about copyright? I really like talking about copyright. I think copyright is fantastic. We've had some light showers. Now the sun is shining. That's lovely. I'm really hoping the weather holds out. We've had a lot of rain the last couple of days, which has been lovely. You know, I do like this time of year. It's just in that it's, you know, when it's wet and cold, you're inside. It's pretty gloomy outside. Going outside kind of feels like you're really getting fresh, and it's just very cozy. It's a really cozy time of year, I find, which is lovely. And I'm going to be speaking. Is this kind of volume okay for you guys? I've brought my microphone fairly close to my face today, because I'm in the garden and I don't have a very big block. Like, my fence is only kind of 3 meters there, and I don't want to disturb the neighbors. And also I feel a bit weird about them hearing me speak for the next hour and a half or so, whatever, however long we go. Welcome, Sarah. Fantastic to have you here. And yeah, I mean, really, really like our neighbors, but I don't want to disturb them, and I feel a little bit awkward about them hearing me speak. Okay, the dulcet tones, we can do that. Does it ever snow here? Not where I am. I'm sitting at about, I don't know, 300 meters elevation. If you get to it, occasionally we'll get snow down to 600 meters. And there's a couple of mountains around the place here that will get it. The closest place to me, which gets it only on like the very coldest of nights, would be Mount Dandenong. That's at about, I think that's about a 600 meter elevation. Might be a bit higher than that. And you can kind of see that if you're in Melbourne, you can kind of see Mount Dandenong's out there in the east. That's probably the closest one. You can get to proper snowfields though if you travel a bit further northeast, where our highlands are, which is good fun. Hey, you got to listen to the barking. You can talk for a bit. You got to listen to the barking. Of course, yes. I do get a little bit, because when you speak to a camera, you generally speak a lot louder than you usually would, just because you're trying to communicate, and it's just a different form of doing that. And so I even inside, like, I find I'm not quite shouting, but you know, I'm speaking at an elevated pitch. And when I'm doing videos outside, I'm always concerned about, especially when it's weekends and things, and I can hear people doing things next door. I always get a little bit like, oh, I feel a bit weird about speaking. and talking about things. It's a bit weird. That's all right. What's the wildlife like around me? We get lots of bird life. So we'll get rainbow lorikeets, eastern rosellas, sulphur-crested cockatoos, corellas, these kind of parrot birds. They're all really lovely. And you'll probably hear some today. The sulphur-crested cockatoos have been around. If you head towards our wetland area, there's a few wetlands around here. You get, the sacred ibis. You get the eastern tern. These water birds. They're lovely. I like your plant pot. Thank you. This is actually a mug, and we're going to be doing some. Now, if you've been joining the stream since last week, we took care of this plant. We killed some mealybugs, and today we're going to be repotting it because there's like 4 plants in there, and it's been in there for coming on 2 years, and it needs a repot pretty desperately. And I've also got some lemon trees, which I'm going to be repotting as well because I've been growing them from seed. I took a few out, and then those leaves have been ravaged by whitefly. These ones are pretty good still though, so I might keep them inside for the winter just to have a contingency. Shall we talk about copyright then for Zen? So copyright is fantastic. Copyright means that things that you create, and by that I mean things that intellectual property. So things that you have created, such as a musical work, an image, a video, anything that you make, really, is yours. Now, if somebody pays you to make it, they've paid you, they've commissioned you, they own that. And there's lots of really, really interesting copyright cases out there. Just bizarre. And really interesting. I find it really fascinating. I studied, so as well as studying education at university, I majored in music. And one of the classes I took was the business of music. And so I did a lot of looking into copyright, specifically with music, but that also extends to all sorts of things. So intellectual property. And it's just really fascinating. Now, I'm not a lawyer. Please don't take my advice as the law, because I've got some ideas, and there are things that I do regarding copyright, such as all of my music that I make, all of the music that you hear on my channel, I have recorded, I have composed and recorded. So I own that music, and so I can use it however I want. I will occasionally use classical music, and by that time it's old enough that the copyright has expired, but you still need to be careful about the performance copyright. So there's 2 different types of copyright when we're talking about music. Thank you, Casey. Yes, I'm actually wearing, this is just Switchfoot merch today. It's a bit cooler today, so I thought I'd wear the beanie. There's 2 types of, specifically with music, 2 main types of copyright. There's mechanical and there's performance. Mechanical comes from when there were pianolas, which was a mechanism. So the pianola is a piano that plays itself. You would make these big rolls with little, what's the opposite of an indent? Little markings for where the keys would play. That's what we call mechanical. Mechanical is the ownership of the idea of a piece of music, essentially. So, for example, the one that you came into the stream today, the piece that I've called Bossa 2, where I've got that the ukulele is doing different things. There's that chord progression. You can't copyright a chord progression. It's too vague. But melodies you can. So that actual composition, if somebody were to play that themselves, they would owe me, and I could take them down because I own that composition. Now I also own that recording. So you can with classical pieces of music that are very old. So we're talking, I'm not sure exactly what year we're talking about now, I think, things have changed over the last 100 years. But basically, the copyright exists to protect the person who made it so that they get paid for their work, which is absolutely fair enough because an artist should get paid for their work. And so for example, I have used Holtz's Jupiter, Bringer of Jollity. That work is in the public domain. He died in the 1920s, and I think it's then plus 70 years from his death. So because his estate can still earn money on that, but there is a limit, because after 70 years, it's like, well, now it's like great grandchildren. It's like, nah, we'll leave it there. And so I'm able to use that composition. I could make an arrangement for trombone. I could make an arrangement for whatever I want. Concert band, any of the places that I play, I could make an arrangement and play it legally. But I didn't do that. I got a recording. Now, the recording I used for Holtz's Jupiter Bring Invertrolity was one that was made by the US Air Force Band, I think. And just the way that they structure all of their recordings is that anything that they make is automatically in the public domain. So it's covered under Creative Commons, which means that the artist gives permission for people to use their work. And there are different types of Creative Commons. You can have just free for use, like you can make money off it, you can do whatever you want with it. There is by attribution, where you have to credit the artist. There is similar credit classifying it in a similar way, and by that I mean, if I was to use that piece, I would have to then put the work that I made into the public domain as well. So let's circle back to your question there, Zen. So should you let them use your work? Well, they have asked you, and so you need to either say yes or no. Yeah, because you need to give them permission to use your work, and you could say yes, but you need to pay me. That's not unreasonable. Photography is so you took the photo, therefore you own it. Nobody paid you. Nobody was commissioning you. You didn't take it on anybody else's time. So you own that intellectual property, and so so anybody who wants to use that needs to go through you. So this is why I really dislike. There are some. I'm not really sure. I had somebody message me on Instagram recently asking if I could shout their page out, and their page was 100% reposts of other people with no credit given. Credit is not important. I mean, credit is important, but it's not the most important. Permission is important when it comes to other people's intellectual property. So this person has just, I don't assume. Now, I'm just assuming here that they didn't ask the several hundred people who they took photos from for permission to use it. I don't think that was the case, because they kind of pumped out, 200 images in a day. And I was like, well, I think there's probably some screenshotting going on there. It's polite to credit people, but the most important thing is to ask permission. So they have asked permission. Great. So it's up to you now, really. You could say yes, but you need to credit me. So you need to actually tag your Instagram handle. That's up to you. I'm assuming you can hear that. Goodness me. So it's really up to you. You can say, thank you, I'm flattered, but no thank you. I'd like to keep that for myself. Or you can say yes, but you need to credit me. You need to say, or you could, whatever. You can say yes, but I would like a plant in return. I don't know. That's up to you. So it's your intellectual property. You have the right to control that. And they have asked you, so you need to, that's it. The ball's in your court then, Zen. So they've asked you. They've done the right thing by trying to seek out permission. If they use it without your permission, if you say no, or if you don't respond and they use it, well, that's not good enough. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that will say copyright not intended. Doesn't count. Unless you are transforming that work. So free use is a little bit different. So you see lots of commentary channels, people who are reviewing things as well, will have snippets of a movie, for example, or a music video or music itself. Because they're not producing a replica of that work, they are transforming it. They're making something new. It's covered under fair use, and that things get a little bit tricky because there's not a whole lot of precedence around that. Because generally, when a larger company goes after somebody small, they don't have the legal resources to take that through, even though they probably would be all right in court. There we go. So I'm interested to hear what you do about that, Zen. So for everybody who just joined us in the last minute to hear me rambling about copyright, Zen has been contacted by a nursery, and they asked her if they could use one of her photos for their page. And she wondered what to do. So I actually have a little bit of knowledge about copyright, having studied music and the business of music at university, amongst my university studies. And I'm happy to share. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so don't take that as gospel, but they're kind of the basic principles. Sorry, who have I missed? Welcome, Maddie. Fantastic to have you here. I'm so glad you could join us in the garden today. And welcome, Amy. Fantastic to have you too. Did I miss anybody else? I'm so sorry if I did, because I'm just realizing now that the louder they bark, the louder I talk, Phil. Oh, my pleasure. Absolutely. What is everybody's beverage of choice for our stream today? Mine is, once again, coffee. I'm taking it white. I know Bill is drinking his watermelon cocktail. Fantastic. And once I finish my coffee, I don't really like to repot while the coffee is there because, especially when I don't moisten any ingredients, I'm using peat moss and perlite today and they have lots of dust. Don't want that getting in there. Coffee for Maddie. Fantastic. What's the weather like for you up there at the moment, Maddie? It's actually, the sun's coming out. Oh my God, you can see a little bit of sunlight there. Amazing. Look at that. Katie's also onto the coffee. Fantastic. Amy's on the Powerade. Jolly good. Barista made though, lol. You went out? I see. Pretty cloudy here and on the colder side as well. Yeah, it's certainly autumn. I need to harvest the last of my tomatoes today, I think. Been really disappointed with my tomato harvest today. This year, I'm not really sure what's happened. I think I started them fairly late, and that might have been it. Missing the sun, yeah. There's a little bit of sun around. We're not going to get much here because of the neighbors have a huge hedge, which is like, I don't know, 4 or 5 meters tall, and it's only 3 meters away from me. And just with the latitude that we are down here, we don't get much sun during the winter. It's night in the place where Katie is. Yes. The plants behind me. Let's have a very quick plant tour then. So first of all, I'll do the plants in front of me. I've got my coffee Arabica. Welcome, Cody. Fantastic to have you here. Sorry, I haven't responded to your friend thing. I haven't sent you a friend request on Switch yet. I'll do that. Thank you, Maddie. Appreciate it. Here I've got, I don't remember the name of these succulents. These were grown from succulents that were in Steph's wedding bouquet, though. So there we go. There are just a couple of little ones. Steph likes succulents. And so we decided we would grow them. And so we have. Esif, welcome. I haven't seen you in the stream yet before, so welcome. I'm so pleased that you could make it. And I know it's really late for you at the moment, so thank you for joining us. It's your turn to get some sun now. Fantastic. Yes. I hope that everything, I mean, not that you can really go out and enjoy it at the moment. It's kind of that kind of a fun time. But if you have yards, wonderful. I am. Okay, so behind me, let's start. Can you see this one here? Yes, kind of. This is a David Austin rose, which we bought this year, and it's was looking a little bit sad, but it's really come back since being mulched and being watered adequately. Then I've got these. So I've got 2 elderberry trees here. So these are elderberries, which are also only a year old. I propagated these over the summer. And I would really like to be making a video actually of how I propagate my elders because they're really easy and they're fantastic. Is Jacqueline in the stream yet? Jacqueline, are you here? There may be a collab opportunity in the future, but that's like next summer for me because I'm not. It's I'm about to say I'm going to be taking some cuttings this week. Am I back? Sorry about my internet, everyone. This is a mulberry, and it's in a pot as well. This is about 3 years old too. It's I'll probably need to repot that as well next summer or over the winter because it drops its leaves, it goes dormant. It's in the process of discoloring its leaves, and it's going to drop them very soon. This has really grown very well in the spot that it is here. It needs a fair amount of water. It hasn't grown any berries yet, but we'll get there. And back here. Yes, you can see that, kind of. This is my passion fruit. Now, if you've watched Maddie's Ants in My Plants' Ants in My Plants video, personality plants, or spirit plants, rather, I talked about this plant. Yes, and it's doing very well. We also only got that done this year. Can you see any other plants in shot? Is it? You see the purple dahlia leaves there? Leaves, flowers. We really like dahlias. I've got a few dahlias around. Also in pots. The only thing that I'm not growing in pots really this year: pumpkin, beans, tomato, potato, which I've harvested all my potatoes now. Got a few kilos out of that, which is lovely. I had them for dinner last night. Very good. Do we own our place? No, we are renting, which is why everything's in pots. Maddie said, I just got a piece of mulberry tree to grow in my front yard, but it's lost all its leaves, assuming the stress of being plucked out. Probably. It's also that time of year where they do drop their leaves, but stress is a thing as well. You'll just have to wait until next spring to see how they go. They're pretty hardy, but it's not as happy as it could be in its pot. It does need a bigger pot this year. I didn't have it on a saucer, and I have it over our ground right now. We're on pavers. The rest is artificial turf, which is great for putting other pots on. But I didn't have this pot on a saucer, and so I went to move the pot, and I heard this big rip, and it sent down a taproot, which I then just broke. So it didn't really have a good summer last year. So we'll see. It's only a little one. I'll have to show you. Yes, please. I'd like that. I've got a few little trees as well. We've got a little pomegranate, which is just off screen here. It's about this big. We bought that over the winter as it was this big then, and it's grown lots. Who did that with your jade? No. Yeah. Thanks. The leaves look similar to wisteria. I wasn't sure what the flowers might be. It's similar to wisteria, yeah. Actually, we've got some flowers on my elder now. Really late flowering at the moment, actually. I'm a bit surprised that I'm still getting flowers. We had some warm weather, so that is elder flower. Great for medicinal purposes. Now, I'm not a scientist. And I don't jump into the mystique of plants too much, but they have a component of them which slows the rate at which a virus can multiply, and so it is effective at helping you battle colds, and also it tastes lovely. You make cordial out of it. And elderflower champagne. I haven't had enough, so next year maybe we'll see. I'm gonna do an elderberry elderflower drink. And they grow into these I've just plucked them. Very good. They grow. I need to let this ripen a bit more. That's okay. It was ripe to be picking. They then will grow heads. Now, I'm actually really impressed that this 1-year-old tree has been able to set so many berries. Usually they need to be a bit more mature. So these are elderberries, and these have the same chemical that reduces reduces the rate at which viruses multiply. And you don't want to eat these raw. They are a little bit poisonous, but only when they're raw and fresh. So if I was to dry these or cook these, they'd be fine. So elder is called Sambucus nigra. That's its Latin name. Nigra, Latin for black. And you can see the color, those ripe ones there, very, very dark purple, like almost black color. Lovely, lovely berry, lovely tree. Super easy to grow. So I only keep them in pots. So there you go. That's a little bit about elderberry. Let's leave that there. You can't see that. And yeah, so I mean, not poison enough to kill you, poison enough to give you a stomachache. So I'm not going to eat those. I don't really have enough to make a cup of tea with out of the 3 trees that I've had. Actually, that one there, I have left it too late. Oh well. I heard about that on The Walking Dead, but something about them also poisonous. Yeah, so when they're I think raw is the right word. When they're raw and fresh, they are poisonous, but only in that they'd give you a stomachache. Now, don't take my advice for that. Just don't eat them. Don't eat them raw. But once you've dried them or cooked them, that compound is released. It's out of there and it's safe. So elderberry tea, elderberry cordial, elderberry jam, port, I think, is made of elderberries. I might be wrong there. There you go. Walking Dead giving lessons, yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still going with my coffee, actually. Are there any other plants I can show you on hand? Not really. If I turn the camera, I'd show a bunch of succulents and my 47 avocado seeds. And I've got other things. There's a locust just here. Can you see that? Nope. We've got a kiwi fruit that I grew from the seed just behind me. Oh no, this is very good. You really not being able to see very much at all. When the people in the prison were sick, Herschel made them a tea. Yes. So it's not just, I think these berries do this. There is like science behind that. Yeah, fascinating. Plants can be used as medicine. I'm especially just myself fond of using a mixture, or a complement of modern pharmaceuticals and plants, when the science is there to support their use together. There are plants, of course, that are dangerous. Licorice can cause liver failure if you have too much of it. Wouldn't recommend taking that for pregnant women, or if you're on blood medication. I think I'm not a pharmacist. I'm at danger of going into dangerous territory and giving you very bad advice. I'm going to stop there. Used to love it, but stopped watching around season 4. I have never watched The Walking Dead. I would love to learn more about Australian native edibles and medicinal plants. So would I. These aren't licorice is in the plant, not the lolly, although that comes from it. These aren't native to Australia. These are very English. So when they're released in Australia, they just go nuts. So I'm keeping them in pots because they're super, super invasive. They just grow. Their suckers just grow. Their roots are incredibly hard to kill. Good evening, Danny. It's fantastic to have you here. Welcome to my garden. It is 9:45 in the morning. I'm seeing messages on my phone about work and about when that goes back next week. I don't need to deal with that now. That's okay. There's been some announcements this morning, which I need to give some attention to it later, about what my work will look like and what school will look like, and that's okay. We're in very unusual times, aren't we? For those who have just joined us, what are we drinking today? I am drinking a coffee, and we're going to do some repotting today. So I've got 2 things that I'd like to do. I've got I don't know, half a dozen or so lemon seedlings, which I've been growing just in one big tub, which need to be repotted. And I've got this coffee Arabica. I don't know how many trees exactly are there. I think there's 4. There's 4 trunks by the look of it, which I need to repot. I'm a bit nervous about getting it at, because I've been in that container for 2 years. It's going to be super root bound. I'm a bit nervous. I don't want to break anything. But plants are pretty resilient. But this is a weird time of year for it. That's okay. Something for you to do on winter. It is on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's on Australian Netflix. I haven't seen it. I don't think I've. Oh, I do have the Netflix app. Let's find out, shall we? Just while I like this time of year as well, because people are getting their fires going. Although it kind of smells a bit like damp, like damp wood has been burned. It's that kind of smoke to it. I love the plant. I also love nettles. I don't have any nettles. Nettles have got some great properties to them as well, though, don't they? Yeah. Lemon seedlings. You've got the account. She inspired me to grow lemons. I'll get her name up so I can out, shall I? For all the people in the stream. Yeah, because it's not. It's just Maria. That wasn't her name on Instagram. Maria this is Lemon Trees by Muruza. That's Lemon Trees by normal, and then M-A-R-U-I. No, M-A-R-I-U-Z-Z-A. Lemon Trees by Muruza. If you just search Lemon Trees by, I'm sure you'll come up. I follow her. She got some. So her grandmother had a tree which she really loved. Lemon tree, and so she decided to try and grow some more trees from her grandmother's tree. So she grew them from seed, and they're doing really well. She's moved across her country. She's in the US, and moved her lemon trees with her, some of them on the plane. And she's just fantastic. Kind of like Scott grows an avocado tree, but just for lemons and just on Instagram. Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, fantastic. I have one. It's 7. So this is. I have to. So Maddie says, "Oh, where do I go? Sorry. You can always get a VPN. Well, that's true. Why are lemon trees so slow? Great question, Cora. I don't. They are very slow this year, mostly because the whitefly have ravaged the outdoor one's leaves. They've just stripped it. Really aggressive. I need to deal with that. Welcome, Marina. Fantastic to have you here. Marina from Millennial Planter, everybody. Make you feel welcome. Maddie says that I have to clean my fireplace out. I can't wait to get up running. I really would like a fireplace. I've got an outdoor fire, just behind the laptop now, which we use from time to time. But I'd love an indoor one. Oh my goodness, love a fireplace. I have one at Cora says I have one at 7 months old and only has 10 leaves. Yeah, they're slow. They're slow. That's all right. Danny says we just finished dinner, so no drink for me yet. Kids will go down soon and possibly a glass of wine. That sounds lovely. Cody says we have an amazing hike to a quiet beach, and there is a thicket of stinging nettles, and you have to walk through. So if you don't go early in the season, it's a lot of fun. If you go in the season, nice. I haven't done any repotting yet, Marina. You've just come in time. We've just been doing coffee to start with because I don't like getting soil in my drink, which I think is probably fair. We had to talk about copyright though, which is fun. No sarcasm. I don't like sarcasm, but it's fun. Yeah. Everyone's welcoming. Really missing having a fire. Yeah. I haven't had a fireplace in years. Steph's parents have one. So when we go up there, which is not very frequently now, that's really lovely. I like to chop the wood and just put the wood into the fire, and it's just carry the wood around. It's just I like that. I want that for myself. Splitting it. Yeah, it's good. We had a fireplace in Sydney when we lived up there, but we moved to Melbourne when I was 10. So that was a long time ago now. I have been to Tasmania. Yes, it's been a long time. I went as a teenager with my family. Lovely down there. Delightful. Must go back sometime. Not right now though, because everybody's got close borders. Not quite everyone. Wish I could have a fire outside. Oh, with your bears? Yeah. We went for our honeymoon and visited the rainforest in Tasmania, and they had a community outdoor fire pit, and it was beautiful. It was in the middle of a rainforest. That sounds lovely, Maddie. Yeah. I'm making Asaf want coffee, and it's the middle of the night. Well, that sounds dangerous. Welcome, Aki. Fantastic to have you here. I haven't started any repotting. I've just got my coffee. So make yourself comfortable. We'll have a good time. It was out where you do the skywalk. Not really sure what that one is. Great. Okay, I'm going to finish this because it's getting cold now. And I just want to keep an eye on my laptop battery, because we're running on battery today, 72%. All right. And we're going for 45 minutes just about. So I think we're going to be all right. Yes. So 45 minutes and another half an hour down to 50%. No, 45 minutes, an hour and a half. That sounds fine. Hi, Casey. I'm looking forward to it. Has anyone watched Casey's new gecko video? She's trying something a little bit different on her channel. I haven't watched it yet. It dropped overnight for me, and I had a pretty slow morning. This has gotten cold now. It goes cold so quickly. My goodness. I suppose I did make it 45 minutes ago. The gecko is cute. Good. Yeah, the pictures I've seen are lovely. I don't have any lizards. I think they're fascinating. I'm not sure about keeping them for myself, though. Thank you, Amy, for subscribing to Plant with Casey. You just have a knot-tailed gecko. Ooh. Poor Casey, I feel bad that we are in a time where you have to have disclaimers. Yeah. Yes. Well, we don't want to be encouraging the wrong kind of behavior either. No, I had a disclaimer on my recent growing vegetables on a budget video. I did the shopping in early March when it was still considered safe to do shopping. I wouldn't do that now. I didn't place a spotlight order yesterday, guys. I need to do that today. I don't know when things are going to arrive. It might be after my holidays. That's all right. This time will pass, though. In, 6 months' time. I don't know. That's all right. I'm contemplating more coffee now. Do it, Zen. You want you. As Marina says. It's so cute. I'm sure I will be completely happy in your care, says Cody. That's lovely. I am not sure whether it's worth the trouble of getting up. Well, that is tricky. That's a good point, says Marina. Yes, I was nervous because I didn't want anybody thinking it was okay to do the shopping. Yeah, absolutely. Because we do want to encourage people to stay home as much as is possible. Because that'll keep this thing shorter than it could be. So it's looking as though I'll be at work at least part of the time next week. Not really sure what it's going to look like. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'll be keeping good care. I know that there's lots of guidelines for how many students we can have in places, and we'll be okay. I don't want to talk about that now, though. With a handful, probably. And so parents are being strongly advised to keep children home. It's more for those parents who are essential, like medical workers, who need to go to work in order for this thing to be dealt with, for the children of them to go somewhere, which, I get. I do. I like that pot. Thank you, Marina. This is one that I'm going to be repotting today. I'm a bit nervous because it's been in there for about 2 years. And it's going to be really root bound. I need to get my secateurs, actually. I think I washed them, so they're inside. So I'll have to duck in a second just to get that. So that might be a good time to get yourself a coffee, Zen. It's not going to take me long. Like, the kitchen is there. That's my kitchen window. I'll be able to see you. So when I go in, I'll try and get nice by the window and give you a wave. Maybe 13-year-old sister was struggling in school before this, and now she's doing it all online, which is really difficult. Yeah, it's a hard time for everyone, really. Nothing is normal. The change of routine messes people around. It's hard. Yeah, it's a hard thing. I got one of those succulents too. Nice. They're nice ones, aren't they? As a dental hygienist, says Danny, I won't be working for another month. My next day is back on May 1st. Okay. Oh, that's interesting, because I know that I've got students of people who work in the dental field. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go get my secateurs because I'm fairly sure I'm going to need to do some pruning of roots to get them apart for nothing else. I've just I've sanitized them this morning with rubbing alcohol because I was using them to prune back the roots of a root rotted avocado. So I don't want to spread root rot. What is the plant behind you? This one is an elder. We've got the flowers up here. I've just talked. These are its berries. And this was a mulberry. There's a rose. There's a passion fruit. That's really all you can see, I think. They are nice. Only one succulent that snails don't seem to like. They grow like weeds, though. Yes. I'm not actually certain. I really should know. I like Echeveris of some kind. I might be wrong. I'll find it out for you, shall I? I'll do some investigating. I'm going to have a very short interlude while I go and get my secateurs. It'll be like 20 seconds. And so while I do that, so that you're not left in the lurch with no entertainment. I don't know. You guys are all just keep some music. There we go. I'll be back in just a moment. Get yourself a coffee, Zen. This is a good time for it. You hear the music? I'll be back. Watch out for me at the window. And we're back. Welcome, Jacqueline. It's fantastic to have you here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling better. We've talked a lot about elder today, elderberry. So you missed that. I'm sorry. I've got some elderberries here that I just plucked off my tree here. Here are some flowers. Sorry, Cody, I'll just see that. Run, Scott, run. I don't know how much help she's getting. Luckily, her teacher is one of your best friends that you graduated with. She cares a lot about her students. That's good. We need lots of care at the moment. And most of the other teachers were also my teachers in high school, and they were absolute garbage. Small town high school. I'm sorry to hear that, Cody. Sounds tricky. I feel like making coffee now, even though it's 8 p.m. Does it keep you awake, Marina? That sounds interesting. I know people are seem to be staying up a lot later these days. Are you guys finding that? just being home all the time. It's like, oh, I'm awake still. Yes, I was asking for her. Yes. Marina, I've been drinking coffee like nobody's business today. It's because you slept like 4 hours, Casey. You need to get more sleep. I've lost track of time. I just sat down to eat. Well, fair enough. Why not? Make it. Go for Marina. I definitely feel that way. Casey says Marina, and Danny says, I wish I had a garden, that garden area that's like yours. Scotty looks so nice. Thank you. It is a solid hour and a half of sleep. Oh, you can't do that, girl. Oh, man. So we can't finish the stream late today, guys, because Casey needs to go to bed. I know it's like 8:30 for you now. Not even. It's like 8 o'clock. Okay. I should have taken this inside. That wasn't very wise of me. That's okay. I didn't sleep last night, so I'm all over the place today. You didn't sleep at all? Oh, Jacqueline. That's no good. I'm going to fix myself some koala milk? Kalua milk? I'm sure I'm butchering that one, Aki. Danny says, yes, absolutely. I have been staying up way too late. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been staying up late. I was chatting with Nicole from My Clean Leaves about just timing streams and things. And she said that she went on Instagram Live at 10 p.m. one night, and like there were 80 people immediately. It's like, oh, so people are staying up, apparently. I sleep when I'm tired, says Cody. I stayed up till 5:30 the other day getting depressed on TikTok. Oh gosh, I'll never have those apps. But then I am in bed by 5 p.m. Oh, your poor sleep-wake schedule, Cody. Casey absolutely does need sleep, Cora. I know people are going on the non-stop 24-hour non-being routines, not knowing what time of day is. Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Coffee liquor? Ooh. Amy says, cool. Got my secateurs now. I'm hoping I don't need them, but I might. So today, we are going to do some repotting. And I've got my microphone just here, and I'm hoping it doesn't rain. I'm going to unplug my phone and put it in my pocket. Yes. And put that over there so that we're not at risk of getting anything dirty. And I was going to be, I did say that I was going to do some avocado pruning, but I wanted to do this because I could do this one inside instead. So just in case it was raining, we've been blessed with this lovely autumnal day. Only expectation for TikTok is my, oh yeah, the only time I enjoy Maddie's TikToks. Yeah. My students talk about TikTok all the time, and I'm like, I don't think I need to get onto that platform. I start to get depressed if I start sleeping and waking late. Yeah, I need to fix myself up as well. I've just been, I don't know what's going on with my body. I've been going to sleep pretty late and been waking up really early as well. So went to bed about midnight last night, and I woke up at 5 o'clock for a bit today, and I went to sleep for another hour or two. I need to fix that up because it's not good for me. What are we doing? We're doing some repotting, Jacqueline. And I'm outside, so I'm got my microphone nice and close because I don't want to disturb the neighbors. And it also makes me feel awkward that I'm speaking loudly where there's neighbors so close. Yes. We're doing some, yes, repotting. Government devices or devices with confidential information are not allowed to have TikTok due to potential spying. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. I know that lots of school districts at the moment, the school districts, I say that for the US people because we don't have school districts in, I mean, we've got regions, but not really the same thing, are saying that we're not going to be using Zoom going into the following time. And fair enough, because it doesn't pass the security procedures that we have set up for things. That was a weird take. Hot take? Not a hot take. I agree. The company I work for does work for Navy bases. So is your phone like a work phone then? Oh, interesting. Yeah, so people are like, oh, this is silly. They shouldn't be doing that. But no, it makes sense. We've got, and of course, working with children, you got to be really onto it. Like you got to be really on top of your security stuff because privacy is really important. We've been going for nearly an hour and we haven't started reporting. So shall we start, everyone? I'm actually going to get this up on my phone because having to go, what are they saying over there? I can't really see it. I'm going to stop checking the work WhatsApp. I'll check it later. When I'm doing YouTube. Sorry, I just had a little brain fart, everyone. We want to go to this stream and we don't want to watch it. I just want to pause. Too old to have interesting TikTok. You'd be surprised though, Zen. Zoom is what my son uses for his school. Yeah, so a lot of schools have been using it because it is a really good tool, but just the back end stuff, I'm not an expert on it. The people who are telling me that we're not going to use it because doesn't pass our safety or our privacy requirements. So fair enough, because we need to treat that really, really seriously. We have a different. I'm not sure if it's made by our Department of Education. We have a different. I thought I could see Luna in the background there. We have a different program for doing pretty well exactly the same thing. It's maybe not quite as streamlined, but it's still pretty good. It works. I'm too young to have brain farts. Well, I'm glad you think so. Mine is so yours is a work phone, Bill. So you deleted it. Fair enough. Okay, I have got a few things that you can't see right here, which I'm going to be using today. So I've got some peat moss, which is lovely for adding moisture and aeration to the soil. Nice and fluffy, good for roots to grow. I've also got some perlite, which has become one of my favorite things to use. Just get nice and aerated, let it drain really easily. Good for avocados. And I've also got just some cheap potting mix. I'm just not going to lift up right now because I don't need to. I've also got here some slow release fertilizer, which I'm just going to throw a little bit in. And I've got some sea salt just off camera as well. Sea salt is a fish emulsion. What is it? A seaweed solution. It's good for plant health. It's not a fertilizer, but it's got a bunch of other things, so it's good for plants. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I need to prepare some soil. And so to do that, I've got a bucket. This is actually the same type of container that I'm using for growing vegetables on a budget. I realized if you watch that video, I talk about how I've got a bunch of these containers. I never actually showed you. My bad. So this is what we're using. In the next video, which will be coming out on the weekend, when I plant these out, I'll show you how I prepare these. So this is I think it's a 6 liter container. I haven't done the maths. And it does the job. But it's this one. So this is an old food container. It came from a juice shop. They just throw them out. So my sister works at one, and so I asked her from time to time to collect them for me, and so she got me like 15 of them. I've got so many things in these kind of containers. Okay, let's get down to business, shall we? Okay, so I need to prepare my soil. Now I am going to be planting out. I've also got some pots here. So I'm going to be planting out. Probably I'll be putting my coffee plants in these. They're really smaller, actually. We'll see. If I need bigger ones, I'll go and get some bigger ones. I've got some bigger ones. And I'll be putting the lemons in, not these tiny ones, but these kind of small ones. I don't think I've got enough, actually. I might need to have another break where I go and get some more things from the shed. Yesterday, I worked out on the balcony garden and tipped my compost bin into a 5-gallon bucket, and it was such a beautiful black gold after. I added a couple of worms. Yeah, nice. Can you grow tomatoes outdoors over your winter? No, it gets too cold. We get frost here in Melbourne, and so I know that I think in Queensland you probably can because it's humid and warm and tropical, but not down here. Now my garden is starting to die off for the winter. My pumpkins are still doing because they do. They'll go later into the autumn, but my tomatoes are pretty well done. Okay, so let's start with the base of potting mix. So I'm going to put in some potting mix here. Ooh. So I've kind of half filled this bucket. I'm not doing this for avocados, so I'm not doing the thirds rule. I'm just gonna. This is about half potting mix. I'm gonna break it up a little bit because actually this phone's not helping. I'm gonna put that back. So I'm gonna break it up a bit. A very good television here. Can't see much. So this is just the cheap stuff. I don't like spending a lot of money on potting mix because I add things to it anyway. So this is like $4 for a 25-litre bag. Okay, so that's. Oh gosh, that was very wise. So I'll show you it and I'll tip it all over the ground. That's good. Whew. All right, and next. Is anyone else here on TikTok? I didn't want to speak badly about it, but I'm not on it, and I don't think I will be. But I enjoy watching Maddie's. Good thing you finished the coffee. Yes, that's partly why. It's getting messy. Yeah. And then I'm just going to throw in some peat moss. And that'll do. And some perlite. The reason why I prefer doing this outside is because it's get dusty. I should be wearing a mask probably. Because it is throwing out a lot of dust. Okay. That should do. Now I'm going to mix it up. Come on, internet. There we go. Sorry for the Australian internet team. Yeah, so peat, you can get peat bricks at Woolworths. I didn't realise that. Woolworths, for those who aren't Australian, is a supermarket. If you're in New Zealand, it's called Countdown, same company. New Zealand have got some great words for things. They call their shopping trolleys trundles, which is just, I think, is delightful. All right, now that'll probably... that may be enough. I might have need a little more. I'll just throw a little bit more potting mix in there just to fill it out a bit more. Oh gosh. Oh, there's a lot of mold there. Oh gosh. All right. Yeah, I probably don't want to breathe that in. I froze because of the joke. I'm actually just going to put that somewhere else because I don't want to deal with that right now. I don't know. Oh, that's... okay. I mean, that's not how mold works. There's spores everywhere now. Hose. I'd rather not breathe that in. So if you are, look, you're coming here for OH&S advice, I'm very, very sorry. Okay, that's not so bad. All right, that'll do, I think. And if not, we'll make do. Okay, guys, we need to now get these out of here, which I'm a bit nervous about. And also, I think I'm going to need something. There are pebbles in the top, so I'm going to need to put them in something. I'm going to put them in here. So I'm going to... Actually, no, I can probably put it in this one. You still have Woolworths? I don't think I've had Woolworths in the US in 30 or 40 years. Yeah, I thought it was an Australian thing. But I don't know. That's fine. So I'm going to take off the top layer of pebbles. So we don't need that. It used to be Safeway in Melbourne, but I changed it. It did. People still often refer to it as Safeway. That kind of vernacular is stuck around. When I'm standing up here, can you still hear me all right? But I've always say Safeway out of habit, and no one knows what I'm talking about. Really? That surprises me. Maybe a different corporation. Perhaps so. I mean, they may have changed their name because Australia had it first. Australia doesn't have Burger King. We have the same company, but it can't be called Burger King because of trademarks. Now, trademarks are not quite the same as copyright, but also fascinating. There's one shop in Australia that was called Burger King. This is just like just a small business called Burger King. And so when Burger King came to Australia and started calling their shops Burger King, we had a trademark issue. And because Burger King, the Australian small business, was here first, they got to keep it. And so in Australia, Burger King is called Hungry Jack's. Fascinating, right? Fascinating. I lived in Oregon for 4 years and shopped at Safeway, but now I'm in Michigan and it's called Kroger. Interesting. Does it have like an apple kind of peel greeny look? So I'm curious to know if they're the same thing. Maybe not. Okay, so I've gotten rid of the pebbles that I keep on top. Hungry Jack sounds better. I don't eat there very frequently. All right. Now I'm seeing a lot. Oh, this might be one plant, actually. In which case, I need to change my plan. We need to repot it anyway, nonetheless. So I'm going to make a mess by tipping it out. So here we go. Safeway is more red, but Kroger has the fried is here. Dark blue with white letters, says Danny. Oh, not the same thing then. Okay. We don't eat anywhere but home anymore but home. Yes, same. All right. I'm going to make a mess here. Let's see if I can catch some of this. I'm actually just going to catch it here because I know the soil's not bad. Probably not best, actually, but we're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to just tip it upside down and see what happens. Ooh, it's coming. It's not really coming. So, no. It's very dry. Now, I planted this in a plastic bag for some reason. So I'm going to try and get that out. I feel like I've seen a Safeway in the hood somewhere or something. It's good. Yeah, so it's going to be super root bound here. Has leaves that are brown. I'm thinking about, I think it'll bounce back. Are all of its leaves brown? A number of reasons it could be. It could be root rot. That happens as well. It could be lack of nutrient. You might need to fertilize it. It depends what you're doing. Oh, man. It's going to take some doing. All right. Okay, I think we got it now. Maybe. It's really in there. Oh, no. That's okay. That was just a bit of plastic bag breaking. Okay, we've got some movement now, team. Out we come. Is that a mealybug? Oh my gosh. Squashed him. Oh boy. Normal. Why is the pebbles in somewhere in here? It's a weird thing to do, Scott. That's how root rot happens. Yeah, I might need to do something with it. I haven't yet taken Reb's advice to oh gosh. Whoop. Whoop. Here we go, guys. Money shot. I had pebbles down at the bottom. Interesting choice, Scott. Interesting. That's how root rot happens, though. I was thinking like, oh, maybe it'll make it like a reservoir. That's not how it works. I mean, there's no root rot to look at those. They're healthy roots. Look at that. So, oh, I had sand in the bottom as well. That'd do it. That's how I was thinking that would work. Okay. Great. Over there. I reckon this will be a lot happier in a bigger pot. Look at those roots. Check them out. Sorry, I missed a few things. We had a Speedway too, but it's a gas station. I missed a few things. We're just talking about supermarkets. That's okay. I'll continue with what I'm doing here. So now I need to work out how many plants I've got here, because I'm just looking. We've got a few different, like they're very close together, but I reckon, yeah, we've got at least 3. I'm going to try and separate these, and I'm a bit nervous about doing that, especially if I'm not using. I could soak them in water. Yeah, I've definitely got multiple trees here. So I'm just going to kind of break it up a bit in my hand. I'm going to lose a lot of root today, but that's not so much, not a huge issue, I don't think. See if by shaking out the soil we can get separated a bit. All right, there's one. Beautiful. There's a tree. There's a coffee tree. A beautiful tree, little tree there. Gorgeous. See how many more I can find. Oh, here's another one. Nice. There's another little tree. Got a good bit of root there. So 3.5 leaves of brown. Is root rot? I guess there will be some repotting. Or just watch your watering. There's another. So I got 4 trees. Beauty. Sensational, as Svetlana would say. Okay, so I got 4 trees. Great. Look at those beauties. So I'm going to keep one in my coffee pot, in my coffee mug. Okay, great. But I'm a bit nervous. Once again, just a bit nervous about root, like because it doesn't drain. There's no drainage hole. So I think that was my idea, having that those rocks down the bottom. But I don't know if that actually helps. So that's just one that I really just going to need to look out for. Going to need to look out for the moisture levels in there. But I've got. There's 3 beautiful trees. I'm going to put the biggest one, I think, back in the pot. Like biggest root mass. And so I've got 3 other ones here. I'm going to put them in these pots. So these are just other pots that I've used or I've got other things in. Some people don't like you to advise you against reusing pots, but I do. So I'm gonna try not to let these dry out too much. Okay. So I'm going to give this a good mix again. Now that I've got some sand in there from this pot. I think you should, Danny, after it is time to kill the mealies. Yeah, I don't, especially if you're not getting rain on your indoor plants. Things just sit on the leaves, which clogs up pores, and it's no good. Gotta wash those off. Okay, I don't have a trowel or anything, so I'm going to use this little pot to shovel things in. So I've got roots that are coming up to like here. So I'm going to bury it from there. So I'm going to throw some down in the bottom there. And I am nervous about using a pot that doesn't have any drainage holes. So we're just going to be very careful. My moisture meter is my best friend here. And, I didn't put any slow release fertilizer in there. Oh, no, Scott. Getting real messy here. I'm going to put him back there for a second. Just going to throw a little bit in. And give it a good mix through. I sprayed a Hoya about 4 hours ago. Is that long enough? There are people who I've never used neem. I don't have any. Mealies are the only problem I have indoor. The only plant things I have problems with indoor. The rest I use, which I just use rubbing alcohol, which washes off really easily. Yeah, charcoal in there. It's charcoal. Interesting. Okay. So there are better people in here to talk about neem. You Australian girls, do we have neem in Australia? Do we have neem oil? I use eco oil for my outdoor plants. I'm going to attempt to control the lumen whitefly. Oh, you've used it, so we do have it. Okay. It's not something I've been in the market for. Okay, I want to kind of keep that trunk in the middle. I'm interested to see how these go now. I mean, I'm not keeping them outside because it just gets way too cold for them in the winter. Interested to see how they go now that they don't have each other to support themselves. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to need to stake these at all. We will see. But this is something I bought from Bunnings for like $13, and I've got 4 trees out of it. I don't know if they expect them to not live for very long. I find dish soap and alcohol does the job just as well. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so that is my coffee mug replanted. I'll need to water that in a second. I'll just set that aside, and I'm going to do these other. I'm going to make a hole for him and just push him in there. Here we go. I probably need to go a bit deeper. I'll backfill it a bit. Probably going to put these guys in nicer pots if I'm going to be keeping them inside, but that's all right. Next summer, I'll think about what I want to do with them. These will live inside over the winter just because I've tried keeping the coffee tree in an outdoor greenhouse over winter, and it just got too cold. Like, it wasn't frosty in the greenhouse, but the temperature was just too low. But it does the job. I used to use neem with dish soap and soaked entire plant just as a precaution. Yeah, fair enough. I feel like I need to go and wash it off now. I'll be back. See you soon, Danny. You're apparently not meant to use it on oil just on its own or with just water. The soap is an emulsifier. Okay. Is Bunnings the place that the plants with the name plates for plants? There are a couple of Bunnings Australian boys I follow, and the whole collection with a big name card on each of their plants. As in like individual names? Bunnings is just like a Home Depot or Lowe's, I guess. Hardware and nursery type thing. I mean, they label their plants because you need to know what you're buying, but I haven't seen like individual names. Is that what you're asking? Like, do they have like Fred or George or what have you? Okay. I'm not sure if Fred or George. I haven't read or watched Harry Potter in a long time. I'm not sure why I'm going there with my names. Okay, I'm just backfilling him now. I need to rotate this one more. Although now it's not growing next to it, three other trees. We should be in a slightly better place, hey? Okay. And one more. Do their labels look more like a placard? Place card. Sometimes, like this is a Bunnings. This most of these came from Bunnings, let's be honest. Like this? I don't know. Because they have different brands. So I don't know. Like different types of what have yous. Okay, I'm going to water these guys. And to water these guys, I'm going to probably not do it actually. Oh, I could probably do it here. This table's got holes on it, you can see, so I don't mind getting a bit wet. I'm going to get my watering can, which is just here. And I'm going to get some sea salt, which is one of my favorite things to use. Sea salt. There we go. Got my sea salt. And that's just going to support the root health. I mean, it's going to do other things, but yeah. If you don't know, Cody, that's all right. So I think it's been a while. Yeah, I'll put 30 mils in. So 3 capfuls in my 9-liter watering can. The only mealies I have on a miniature bird of paradise I got from nursery in the fall. The only problem I have is the aphids. The only other problem of aphids on the hibiscus and alocasia. So I ended up bringing them inside. Man, aphids are no good. I have onion. I've been battling with onion aphids on my garlic because they just kill it. No good. There's a specific one that has a plastic frame and a holder. It's just a quite elevated plant name. Oh, okay. There's a specific one that has a plastic frame and a holder. It's just a quite elevated plant name. Oh, okay. Interesting. Not sure. Interesting. Not sure, Cody. Not sure. I'm going to fill this up now. Fill it up now. I'm going to stand like this, like a clever boy. Oh man, she really didn't have a good time doing that, did she? Amy's just us. We watched Fantastica's video on her dealing with mealybugs yesterday. She really didn't have a good time. She looked so uncomfortable the whole time. And, yeah. But how good was the music video she did at the start of that one? I haven't seen her update on the Instagram story, Casey. Do you want to fill us in? All right, and actually, no, I'm not. So I'll be a little more cautious with this one. Just Make sure we're getting wet. I'll give him a little more than that, just because I'm just very cautious because I don't have a this pot doesn't drain. So I'm not going to give him any more than that for now. I'll check his moisture level in a couple of days, but I know that that's enough it's going to get the soil wet at least. And the soil was already a little bit damp anyway, so I'm going to leave him there. Okay, we'll get test one. Home quarantine potentially exposed to the Rona. That is no good. That makes me very sad. For Reb. I know there's something she was really worried about. And so it's really sad to hear that it's been confirmed. Yeah, that sucks. All right, so I'm just going to water these. Pretty well flood them through. I've got a couple other things here I'll water while we're down here. I'll give it a bit. Was just talking about things. I just watched a video about mealies. I found mealies on my jade. Oh no, Wacky. We're really battling with our mealies at the moment, aren't we? Having a good time with them. Still got a bit of water in there. I'll give them a bit more now that they've drained a bit. But I'm thinking they're only small pots. I've pretty well flooded them. I'm pretty happy there. And I'll leave them. Okay. Let's see how many. Now I've got my lemon seedlings here. We got little propagating. Well, not really germinating. I don't know. This thing, which I've tipped potting mix all over. I have got. Oh, this is dried out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, that's a week. That's not. So I've got 8 of these in here. Danny, you can try wrapping the pot in soil and plastic bag so it won't get wet. And I want to empty this out so I can use it for other things for the summer. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put some of the big ones in these larger pots. I'm just going to fill these up with my new soil. Which is just down by my feet here. Now you can't see too much here. I probably could have thought this through a little nicer for viewing, but that's okay. Really happy to see us just giving each other plant advice, plants in the comments. That's really in the chat. That's what this chat is all about, really. It's not all about me entertaining. It's about us being a community here. Though the numbers of people in the chat seems to have dropped, which means I'm doing a terrible job of my bit. That's all right. So I've got 7 of these. So I've used pretty well all my soil here. That's all right. Wish we could send Reb some greens for her tortoise. Yeah. That'd be nice. Okay. Now let's just see what kind of root system we're dealing with here. Ooh. Oh, that's yeah. So I pulled that one out. Apparently, I need more water in there because they're not coming out. I've just killed one, so I only need 6 now. That's good. I might have another one there. That's all right. So yeah, I've already pulled out a bunch of these. I'm gonna get my fingers in there a little more. Oh yeah, this is really dry. Oh dear, I neglected this a bit. I suppose I haven't misted it in a long time. So I'm going to give it a lot more water so the soil kind of breaks up a bit. So this has been the neglected. Good one, Scott. We are, Amy. We are. Plant family. Here we're dealing with lemon seedlings. So I grew these from seed last spring. And just on paper, and then the ones that started growing, I transplanted into here. I've put some of these in. I've planted, I don't know, 6 or so of these out already, ages ago, and so I'm going to just do the rest of these now. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to put her in a bigger one. So I'm just going to push her down there. They haven't been able to develop very long roots here, and they're all looking a little curly. I'll get this one. All of them died in the winter. That's no good, Cody. Sorry to hear that. Just very carefully. Oh, this one's got some nice roots to her. Look at that. Nice. So I'm going to put my bigger ones in these bigger pots. I've got 4 of those bigger pots that I can use. I can get some more if I need to. I'm going to push them in there, fill it in. And I'll give these a real good water in a sec. And I'll think about staking. I'm not sure yet. Let's go this one. Just very gently. I don't want to break any roots like I did with this poor soul. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at those roots. Yeah, she wants to grow. I like it. Very good. I have Russian tortoise for 11 years now, and she has never hibernated. She's been a little less active this week, but it happened at a time. But even hibernation or whatever, but never hibernation, whatever you call it. Okay, they grew almost a foot one summer. Then the winter came, and they shriveled. The winter here is like September to March. Oh no, that's no good because citrus can do all right in cold climates. That's no good. So these roots are being a bit shoved around. That's all right. I just want to see what. No, we're never really sure what's going on underneath. So they've got a little tree there. So I've got a little tree there, and it's got a look at that root though. She's got going. This one really doesn't look like it's doing much. In fact, I don't know. Oh no, it's got a bit of root as well. Just this tiny tree. Bill, I had a Greek tortoise. This is Aki speaking, and kept him inside, so never hibernates as well. What do you feed your tortoises? I think it was the light. I have had to grow them, grow lights to keep the plants going. I just snapped on all the roots, so I'm not going to bother with that one. I've got enough of these now anyway. Northeast cannot have tropicals outside from early October to almost May, sometimes after. Wow. Okay, so these smaller ones, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about putting them in these little pots, but it just doesn't seem quite right. I mean, it'll work. It'll work. It'll fill the pot out. So that's actually what I'm going to do. Perhaps against my better judgment. So I'll just put him in. Take a bit of soil from the next one because I've lost some trees, so due to carelessness. It happens. Shouldn't happen though. And this one, oh man. Yeah, we'll put him in there as well. Why not? Sorry, let's take that down there so you can actually see what's going on here. These are just kind of temporary. Like I'll keep these. I might even keep them still in there just to keep the heat and the humidity fairly high over winter. I'm not sure if that's wise. I'm going to try it and see if they die because they need time to rest and not grow. That's on me. They didn't cost very much. And this one. Oh, there's 2 here. There's a little one first. She does not like grassland diet. She should eat, so she mostly eats chicory, romaine, radisho as a treat. Radisho is cracked for toilets. Tortoise. There's tortoises. Very good. And last one. Yeah, I'm also going to put her in one of these pots, but I need a bit more soil. I've got some more soil though, so that's okay. Welcome, Anthony. It's fantastic to have you here. Yes, we've got a succulent here. And I've just been repotting some things. So I'm potting up lemon seedlings at the moment. I might get to grafting at some point with these guys. We'll see. The toilets. Haha, yes. Ravi's inside. Also, she lives in Wisconsin. Yes. Yes, we love Casey's channel. Casey's channel is very good. Okay, so I've got... How many have I got now? So I've got 4 plus 3 is 7. So I've got 7 of these lemons. 7 lemon. And they're not going to fit in that, actually, everyone. So I'm going to need to think about what I do with these. I don't think Steph's going to be too keen for me to keep bringing more inside. So I'm going to be putting these in a greenhouse somewhere. So I'm going to water these as well. I'm going to put them on the ground and get more water. I've still got half a watering can, maybe not quite half. No, about half, actually. Give yours some, they will love it. The tortoises. I had a lemon tree that was left to me from my mother. Unfortunately, I smothered it with love. So I was very sad. Man, Katie, that happens. Plants, you know. I'm really enjoying all of the memes at the moment about waiting for plants to be ready to water during quarantine, or plants desperately not wanting more water during quarantine. Because, you know, we're home all the time and go, oh, you look like you need a drink. No, please, I'm dying of root and overwatering. Don't water me more. I'm just anthropomorphizing a plant here. She does deserve it. She deserves everyone. You should really check out Casey's channel. She's very good. All right, I'm just going to empty out this watering can now. Just get everything nice and wet. Now this may be the wrong time of year to be doing this. We will see. We will see. Yeah, the coffee's looking a little droopy, so we're just going to see how they recover. Jacqueline, don't you dare talk about yourself like that. Your channel is fantastic. Everyone should check out Jack. I really enjoyed Jacqueline's last terrarium making video. If you are looking for something to do after the stream today, I'd recommend checking that out. I converted plants back to soil from passive hydro, so I just feel more needed, necessary. Just so I feel more needed and necessary. They are like really in passive hydro and sun. Now I'm happy. I'm like fine. So fair enough. Welcome back, Maddie. We've missed you. And I've just potted up my 7 lemons. I can go and get one of the other ones just to show you, but they're all looking really terrible. That's what we're all doing though, Jacqueline. It sounds like he's on one of the trails. That's not good. Okay, I'm just going to see what my other lemons are doing right now. They're all actually about the same. No, some of it has been shredded by whitefly. So I've been dealing with some pests. So this one is one that I planted up a little while ago. He's looking maybe actually about the same as the others. A lot hardier now though because he's been outside. This poor one, oh gosh, look at those leaves. Whitefly or greenhouse fly has just gotten to him. Very sad. Putting them back away though. Carefully stepping over my my pumpkin vine. Oh, what have I got caught on my rose bush? There we go. There we go. I have made quite a mess down here. I know you can't see it, and I'm not going to show you because it is a mess on the table as well. But my laptop is good. My interface is good. I don't think we have lace wings. I'm not sure. Cases, I've always wanted to do a collab with that Mean Girl themed movie, but I have no idea how I'd pull it off. Interesting. But I can't go out to get props for it. What have I missed? I need to do my part 2 for If Plants Were People. Yes, absolutely. But the props, yeah. You can talk about me, but we also want to talk about you, Jacqueline. I'd love to see an Answer My Plants and a Plant with Casey collab. Just for me, really. If nothing else. So I planted out, 11 plants today. This one's going to be a lot happier, I reckon, now that he's got his own pot. I can't wait. Can I be in it as well? Great. I haven't seen Mean Girls. So you can go live on your phone now, Jacqueline. Well, Jacqueline, you've let us know that now. Great. Okay. I got some cleaning up to do at some point. It's looking like it's going to rain, but that's nice. No, so when you say Mean Girls is one of my favorite movies to quote, do you mean I can now go live on my phone apparently is one of the quotes? One of the greatest movies of our time is on Netflix in Australia, because that might be something I can watch sometime. Watch party. Anyone? I'll back that statement up. Fair enough. Okay, it sounds like I need to check it out. Let's talk about tomorrow. Now, tomorrow I'm hoping to release a video. So I'm thinking, I release my videos at 7 a.m. here, which, considering daylight savings is having to be 6, so that'd be like 4 p.m. 5. I don't know. So I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I really like doing premieres of videos, but not many people show up. So maybe we can do that. Let's so tomorrow, let's have a little watch party of my latest video. How exciting. So I'll release the video at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll get, if you've got notifications turned on, which I really hope you do, you will get a notification at some point tonight when I upload it. Hopefully it uploads. If it doesn't, we'll do something else tomorrow for the premiere. We'll hang out in the premiere, and then we can have a catch up afterwards. Where, depending on the weather, I might be outside, or we might do something inside. I found my Rubik's Cube, and I once knew how to do it, so I would like to learn how to do my Rubik's Cube again. So maybe we'll learn how to do Rubik's Cubes. I don't know. Is that something that would be interesting, Timo? Tomorrow is Wednesday here. Yes. So what do we think? We come along for a premiere. We chat in the premiere. I won't be speaking in the premiere. I'll be chatting. It'll be the Juicy Plant video. Juicy Plant Tubers tag, which we filmed last week. It's ready to go. Just about. I need to take a couple more B-roll footage from plants outside. I wanted to do it yesterday, but it got dark. Maddie's having ideas for a collab now. Very good. I'm not getting any feedback from me. I'm just hearing quotes about white chicks and I things, Mean Girls. I'm not really sure. I'm glad we're having a great time in that chat, guys. So let me know if you yes to the premiere. Thank you, Marina. We'll do the premiere, so 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So same time as we start the streams. I know I've been starting a little bit late, but I'll be there for that one. And then we'll hang out. We'll drink coffee. I'll drink coffee, and we may do a Rubik's Cube, or I know Zen's been keen to see me do yoga, so I might do that. I don't know yet. Sounds great. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You can go back to your white chicks and Mean Girls quotes now. Very good. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm having a great time, though. I don't know. How's the laptop charge go? 22%. Okay. We can go a little bit longer. I don't mind. My plan for the rest of the day, I'm going to clean up a little bit outside if it's still fine. I'm going to edit some videos. I'm going to play some Switch. Yes, where's that hair dyeing? Well, I need to do the groceries at some point. Thanks, Maddie. Yeah. Katie needs to watch me do that yoga. Okay. Just starting to feel a little bit restless and insane. As in, this is not a movie quote, is it, Zen? I totally know that feeling. Grocery shopping is my new favorite activity. Oh no! Can you go for walks and stuff? Go for walks. Walks are great. I've been doing some long walks recently. Because they've been good. It's a bit hard to chat about a video while we're doing yoga, I guess. But you need to go maybe. It's happening. It's coming up. It's coming up. All right. So Zen did send me on Instagram a short yoga with Adrian video, which I'll try to learn some of the things from. It may be something we do this week. I don't know yet. I'm not a fan of the cold, though. I haven't felt super enthused. It has been cooling down, yeah. Yeah, but it's nice to get outside. Can't even do that right now. We're having everything delivered. I'd like to have things. I don't like going to grocery shopping at the moment, but we can't get things delivered because none of the shopping centers are taking on. None of the supermarkets are taking on new customers, I think. Can I name your succulent Nina Bonina Brown? I mean, you can call it that. I'm not going to, but that's fine. Anthony. She's got some elderberries in there now. I wish I grew more this year because that would mean that I can. Jacqueline, we talked about how I love elderberry. And we talked briefly about their medicinal purposes. And I'm not an expert on that, but you know more than I do. So we might have some scope for some teamwork in the future. Yes. All right. You'll follow my moves, Katie, if I do some yoga. I could just invent an exercise. That sounds fun. All right. I haven't really had breakfast yet, team. So I do probably need to go and do that. Elderberry, yes. Let's talk more about that, Jacqueline. Not this moment though, because right now I'm feeling hungry. Have I ever experienced negative 23 degrees Celsius cold? No, because I'm in Australia. I think negative 10 is probably the closest I've been in the snow. Never tried elderberry. Well, Casey, it's good. Don't have it raw though. Don't have it fresh from the tree because you'll get unwell feelings in your tummy. I need to exercise. I'm not allowed outside in. Oh gosh. All righty, Bill. All right, team. I think it's time. So thank you once again for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Thanks for watching me make a mess of my garden and make it. Yes. I'll have some breakfast. I'm going to watch Emmy video. Sounds good. And nap. I recommend checking out Jacqueline's terrarium making video and also Casey's gecko video. That's what I'm going to be watching probably while I eat breakfast. I'm going to also wash my hands because I didn't use gloves. I need to trim my nails on this hand. Gosh. Whoa. Okay. So tomorrow, 7 p.m. I won't start the stream at 7 p.m. I'm going to start the stream a little bit later. Because I'll be doing the watch party, so I'll start it kind of whenever that finishes. I'll be rolling on. You'll just be able to roll straight into the stream, and make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss any of that. Especially while we're doing these daily live streams, it's just helpful to know when things are happening. Just a reminder, I'm not streaming on Friday my time, so your Thursday night I will not be streaming because I will be observing Good Friday. I just want to have that day just to focus and not do that. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me once again. I don't think there's anything else I need to say other than stay home, It's going to be okay. We're going to get through it. And I will see you tomorrow, of course, in my next video tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me, guys. I need my making a great sound on my microphone there, I bet. Just got to plug my phone in to get the outro music because we run a very tight ship here. I don't think anyone else is streaming today. Ah, well, that's okay. So once again, please leave a like on this video as well before you disappear because I believe it helps. And it makes me feel good. Ta-ta, it's been a lively time by everyone. Oh, it has been just a nice, fun Monday night stream, hasn't it? All right, here's my, ladies and gentlemen, my outro music to not that one. This one. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott. Hold on, I didn't turn it up. Let's try that again. This time with the sound on. There we go. Now that I've turned that up, you might be able to hear it. Toodle Scott, Well Princess Diaries, and when she said see you tomorrow, she really means I love you. Oh, that's nice. You love as always so much because I've got the sound turned on. There we go.
Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree.